The chair now recognizes the chairman emeritus of the committee, the gentleman from Michigan, Mr. Dingell.
Mr. Chairman, thank you for holding this hearing today. Climate change is one of the most serious issues facing the nation. The effect the legislation discussed this week will have both on the environment and the economy cannot be overstated. The fact that the committee is dedicating such time and going through the regular order is of the utmost importance. And both you and Chairman Waxman are to be commended for your handling of these matters within the regular order. You're also to be commended for the outreach you've done to the members of the committee to enable the committee and its members to understand the issues each of us faces in our unique and geographical and economically diverse districts. In reading through the legislation and in talking to stakeholders over the recess, I am impressed with the draft bill before us. Of course, the question of auction versus allocation still lies before us, and that is a very serious question. Some might say a deal breaker for many members. I would note that this bill bears strong similarities to the recommendation of U.S. CAP and also to the language of legislation introduced by Mr. Boucher and I during the last session of the Congress. I do remain concerned about the aggressive nature of the renewable electrical standard as written in the draft. While a strong renewable standard is critically important as we move forward and would certainly go a long way in preventing the dash to gas, I worry that 25% in 15 years might be more than the states can handle. One possible solution to this would be to back nuclear out of the baseline as has been done for waste energy and existing hydro. It is my sincere hope that we can work together to find a standard that is both workable and achievable and fair. I would also like to work with you and Chairman Waxman on the provisions dealing with autos. Included in this legislation, I would like to see a doubling of the authorization of the Department of Energy's Section 136 Advanced Technologies Vehicle Manufacturing Incentive Program. I would note that this country has been in and out of programs like this, like Murphy's Glass Eye. And every new administration that comes along has changes which will give us better, they say, technology assistance to the auto manufacturing industry. But this has left us with a very unstable and unreliable situation. The program that I refer to has proved wildly successful, and applications to date far outweigh current funding levels. And we are seeing how this kind of program will work and has worked in other countries like Japan, China, and Korea, which are now exporting batteries to this country and other advanced technology in the automobile industry. I would also propose dedicating 1% of the allowance value as a direct funding source for Section 136, and generally for retooling to help the domestic auto industry meet the higher fuel economy standard. In addition, I'd like to see the inclusion of the so-called cash for clunkers bill. Mr. Chairman, I look forward to working with you and other members of this committee as we work towards compromise language between the Sutton bill and the Inslee bill. Any compromise must favor automobiles built in the United States and not exacerbate the disadvantages our domestic auto industry already faces. It would indeed be curious if we were to spend money to stimulate the economy of the United States by supporting autos built in Japan, Korea, or China. I also want to applaud Representative Doyle for his work on ensuring that the United States manufacturing is not placed at a competitive disadvantage as a result of this legislation. His leadership has been valuable, and again, I commend him for it. I support your efforts also, Mr. Chairman, in this area and look forward to doing so. Finally, Mr. Chairman, as we move forward, I am committed to securing a dedicated fund for natural resource adaptation. As we heard in the testimony before the subcommittee in a hearing on adaptation, the fourth assessment report of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change noted, and I quote, "Observational evidence from all continents and most oceans shows that many natural systems are being affected by regional climate changes, particularly temperature increases," close quote. In that same report, we are warned that in the lifetime of a child born today, 20% to 30% of the world's plant and animal species will be on the brink of extinction if we don't take action now. One of my great heroes and a great conservationist and the 26th President of the United States, Theodore Roosevelt, taught us that conservation is a great moral issue and that it is our duty as it ensures the safety and the continuance of the nation and mankind. Mr. Chairman, I look forward to hearing from the many witnesses over the next several days and working with you as we continue to work to address climate change in a manner which protects the environment and which must protect jobs and the economy. I yield back the balance of my time.
We thank the gentleman from Michigan very much.